Hello, class. Well, we've been talking a lot about circles and other shapes. Today, let's talk about parts of a circle. Okay, for a full circle, that area is going to equal pi times the radius squared. Okay, so if you got a circle here, you want to find the area, we're going to take the radius, and it's going to be pi times this squared. The circumference, which would be the outside, okay, the circumference can be around the outside, is simply 2 times pi times r. And remember, for most of the calculations, we're going to use 3.14 for pi. Okay, that's going to be a good enough approximation. Well, if we only want part of this, okay, we must multiply okay, by the fraction of the circle we want. Okay, so if we only want part of the circle, looks pretty straightforward. Just going to multiply it by part. And you've seen that when we did compound area of regular shapes. If you wanted area of half the circle, we found the area of the whole circle, then we divided by 2. We're going to be going into that into a little more depth right here. First, I need to go into a few new terms. Well, a sector is simply, to put it simply, a sector is just going to be the area of part of a circle. It's a piece of the pie. Okay, so if I'm looking at an entire circle here, okay, and I'm only looking for this chunk of it, that right there, okay, that would be a sector. Okay, think of it as a pie piece or a piece of pizza. Okay, the formula for the area of a sector, well, let's start off with a full circle. We're going to have pi times the radius squared. Now we need to multiply by, we're going to multiply the interior angle, okay, divided by 360 degrees. Okay, or alternatively, it could be pi r squared times fraction of the circle. Okay, okay. An arc is going to be very similar. We're going to start with the whole thing. So again, for an arc is simply let me type this in for you. An arc is going to be the length of part of the circumference. Okay, so if I'm back here on our little diagram here, okay, this right here would be the arc length. Okay, the outside is the arc. Okay, so the formula for the arc is going to be 2 pi r. Okay, but again, I need to multiply by the angle, the interior angle of that pi piece, or the arc, divided by 360. Or it's going to be 2 pi r, okay, times the fraction of the circle. Okay, 2 pi r times the fraction of the circle. Okay, let's take a look at a couple examples, and it should be a little clearer. Okay, so here we want to find the arc length of arc BC and sector of ABC. First thing I want to let you know is when you see this symbol here, okay, so you're looking at something like this, okay, right there, that little symbol, that means arc. So let's start with the calculations for the arc. So we said that was going to be the formula for the circumference, so 2 pi r, okay, times the angle over 360. Okay, so right here, our radius, 3 centimeters. Okay, there's our radius. Our angle right here, 60 degrees. So that simply becomes 2 times pi times 3 times 60 over 360. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6, times 60 gives us pi times 360 over 360. Okay, it kind of works out nicely here because 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 60 is 360. So that simply gives us pi, or about 3.14 centimeters for our arc. Okay, that would say that this length here, if I took a piece of string and ran it right on the outside here, that's going to be about 3.14 centimeters. Okay, let's take a look at the sector now. Sector, real similar. We're going to use a very similar formula that we did for the arc. It's going to be pi times our radius squared, okay, times the angle over 360. Okay, so pi times our radius squared gives us pi times 3 squared times 60 over 360. Okay, you go ahead and start chugging this out. Pi times 9 times 60 over 360. Okay, when you go ahead and you multiply 3.14 times 9 times 60 divided by 360, that gives you approximately 4.71 centimeters square. Okay, that's going to be the area of this whole sector, this light blue area. It's how many square centimeters are in that pie piece, or that piece of pizza, that slice of pizza there. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Okay, find the arc length of BC and area sector ABC. Okay, again, pretty straightforward, same kind of idea. Okay, we've got our radius here. This is our radius right here. We've got our angle right there, 148 degrees. So our arc, let's do that first. Okay, our arc here is going to be 2 pi. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my radius. Okay, my radius here is 8. Okay, the angle is going to be 148 degrees over 360 degrees. Okay, just a little side note here. All this means is it's 148 degrees. That's how much we have. Out of the 360 would be a full circle. Okay, if I took this and I had 360 over 360, that'd be 1. That'd give me the circumference of the entire thing. Okay, that'd be the circumference of the entire circle around the whole thing. So this is the part, that's the fraction that we were looking at. Okay, so I do this, I multiply that out. Okay, and you end up with 20.65 inches. Okay, so if this is to scale and I measured this arc length right here, it'd be 20.65 inches approximately. Okay, so remember, we're using 3.14 for pi, and we're not using the full pi, or a longer part of pi. So sector. Okay, looking at the sector, now I've got pi times my radius squared. Okay, so 8 squared. And again, I have 148 divided by 360. Okay, make sure you don't get 16 for this. Remember, you should be getting 64 for this. Okay, when you do that, you multiply pi times 64 times 148 divided by 360. You end up here with 82.62 square inches. Okay, remember, because we're talking about a sector, we're talking about an area. That'd be 82.62 square inches in that large piece of pie there, that large section of the circle. Okay, let's take a look at our last problem. It is a word problem, talking about pizza. Okay, Lito's Pizzeria sells slices of cheese pizza for $2.50 each. Those slices come out of a 16-inch diameter, and it's cut into 8 slices. Charlie's Pizza sells slices for $3 each. That pizza is a 20-inch in diameter, and it's cut into 12 slices. I want to know which slice is the better deal. So right now, we're going to be talking here about sectors. Okay? We got to know that right now, sectors. Because we want to know about who's giving us more pizza for less money. Okay? Well, let's take a look at Lito first. Okay? So, Lito's Pizza. It is 16 inches in diameter, so that's going to be an 8-inch radius. Okay? 8-inch radius. Okay? R is going to equal 8. So that's going to be pi times r squared. Okay, but now I need my fraction. Well, it says right here it's cut into 8 slices. Well, I'm interested in one of those, so that's going to be 1 over 8. Okay, that's the fraction. Okay, so pi times 8 squared times 1 divided by 8 gets us to 25.12 square inches. Okay, that means that one slice of pizza is 25.12 square inches. Let's take a look over here at Charlie. Okay, Charlie's Pizza. That's a 20-inch diameter. So for Charlie, the radius is going to be 10. Okay, and that's cut into 12 slices. So here we're going to have pi times our radius squared. Okay, and our fraction is going to be 1 out of 12. So pi times our radius squared, that's going to be 100 times 1 divided by 12. When you go ahead and you math that out, this comes out to 26.17 inches squared. Okay, so it looks like based on this, Charlie's slice is a little bit bigger, 26.17 inches squared to 25.12. You're getting a little bit more than 1 additional square inch of pizza. Not a lot, really, but now you have to take into account how much it costs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide each of these by their cost. So I'm getting 25.12 square inches per, this one's $2.50. Okay, and that's going to be dollars in the denominator there. When I do that division, I end up with 10.05 square inches per dollar. Okay, That means for every dollar I spend over at Lido's, I get about 10 square inches. Okay. Now over at Charlie's here, I'm going to take that 26.17. I need to divide that by $3. Okay. Because they're $3 per slice. Okay. See that? $3 per slice right there. So when I do that division, Charlie's here is going to be 8.723 square inches per dollar. Okay, 8.723 square inches per dollar. Okay, now based on this, you go ahead and look at it. You're getting more pizza per dollar over here at Lido's. So Lido's wins. Lido's Pizza wins again. Okay, so let's say I was looking at a problem like this for the final or on a quiz or something like that. I'm going to be looking for all the calculations on this. Show me everything you know. Okay, show me you can find the sector, and then you're just simply going to divide by the price to find out which one's better. Okay, if you have any questions, see me in class. Thank you.